and he was fond of those foreign fictitious characters, the one who throw webs from his wrists. They don't look like us, they are all fiction of imagination of someone. Whose school is this? It's my school. So you come here every day and you start liking teachers, you like your friends, you like this place, and you call it your school, right?
Yes, sir.
Same goes with your house. It's my house, right? It's even more private. What
like
about
Phoenix House or like where I live?
like that? There is this one thing called my country. The sense of believing that this is our own country comes from history. If you learn more about our own history, you will mean more that this is your country. Then if you want to throw some dust on the ground or garbage on the out of your car window or house window, you will not do that, because you will relate that this is my country. And that can happen not by learning maths, not by learning geography, but it happens when you learn more about our own history.
Hey Azeen, do you know why we celebrate May the 1st?
Of course! May the 1st is celebrated as Maharashtra Day.
Do you know the importance of this day and its celebration?
It's a long story about boring history. Too many facts and too many figures to remember. Why, it's just exhausting sometimes. Don't you feel so?
Really? Well, what if I told you that there was a game designed around Maharashtra and its history so that you can display all your facts and figures in a very fun way?
What? Tell me more about this gamified version of history on this episode.
Why not meet the person who created the game? So let me introduce you to Mr. Anirudh, who has created a fun game on Maharashtra and its history.
Welcome to the CNS Dialogue Den, our very own podcast where your voice matters.
Hello, Mr. Anirudh. We're glad to welcome you here at our podcast.
Thank you. I'm equally excited and looking forward for having a wonderful conversation with you.
Thank you, sir. Now may we ask you some questions?
Yes, please do.
Sir, what inspired you to create the game?
Right. So what inspired me? I have always had this thought in my mind that history is not being taught the way it should have been in schools. When historic figures and things that had happened in history taught to kids in a school curriculum, it becomes a little boring, don't you think?
Yeah.
It becomes a little boring. They make you mug up the years on which event had happened, and they make you remember stuff which doesn't really make sense. But history is never meant to be taught this way. You know what? History is the only topic that can inculcate a self-pride or pride for this nation, who you are, what your ancestors have done for you. All these can be taught and inculcated into you via only one topic, and that's history. So we wanted to teach history in a fun way. And that's why we focused on teaching Maharashtra's history, which actually is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's history with the games.
Sir, did you like history when you were in school?
No, that's a wonderful question.
Really?
I hated history. It just happened so, 4 years back, I got stuck into this lockdown, you all remember?
Yes.
With my 5-year-old. And he was fond of those foreign fictitious characters, the one who throw webs from his wrists.
Spider-Man.
Right, the one who turns green when angry.
Hulk.
Hulk. All these are fictitious. They don't look like us. They are all fiction of imagination of someone, right?
Yeah.
But I told my son that there were people who fought for this soil. They did not have any superpowers, but they fought with great might. He said, "Who are those?" I told him the story of Tanaji. The movie you must have seen. So I told him one story. He said, "No, I want to know more." That's what made me, okay, are there more warriors who fought for our soil? And guess how many I could find out.
100?
8,000.
No, not that many. But yes, 100 is close. I found more than 120 superheroes. That's what we call them now. Original Indian superheroes. And they all became part of games we invented.
Why games and toys?
Right, that's a good question. There is this very good study on the psychology. You will understand this also. If you ask even adults, what do you know or remember the most from your childhood? 80% of the answers they will tell will be related to the games. I will give you an example. Many of our viewers will be adults, right? They will remember that Churchgate. There is a place in Mumbai which has got the biggest rent. Why it is so? Because in my childhood, I used to play a game called Business, and landing on Churchgate used to give me a lot of money. This information is useless to me right now.
I've seen that.
But I still remember it. At the age of 40, I remember I used to do when I was your age. That's what the magic and power of games. Whatever you learn while playing the game makes your three things concentrate. No other medium can do that. One, your mind. One, your heart. And the third is your body. When you play, you can't think of anything else. That makes you remember whatever you learn while playing the game. That's why instead of coming up with big books, which are already there on our history, or coming up with a class on teaching teachers how to teach history, what we decided, we will come up with games, which while playing itself in a fun way, will make you learn about our own history.
Sir, do you think that school should be playing games instead of big textbooks and writing in our notebooks?
Yes, that's a beautiful question. Again, there is this importance given to the schools for learning while doing. So if you do stuff and learn as a consequence, people are giving it importance. Your dream of not appearing for examination and sitting in classes and listening to the lectures is going to come true, but not so soon. Till then, we have games, the games which you play in your own leisure time. See, I will tell you an interesting fact.
Yes, sir.
Do you know what we do? We are into history teaching toys. Okay? That's what MAWALA does. History teaching toys. And you will be amazed to know we are the only people on entire planet who are creating games that will teach history.
Really?
What?
Yeah. There are 4 types of educational toys. One is the toys that will teach you science.
Oh,
The
yeah, I have
second
those.
is technology. Third is engineering, and fourth is mathematics. So that's what they call it STEM.
Yeah.
Okay. What we are doing, we are adding edge of history into the conventional STEM.
Nice.
Wait, so where does it go?
Where does it go? As in, what's the future for it?
No, where would it go in STEM? History.
No. So we can say STEM or STEM. We don't know. We don't need to worry about that. What we should understand is there is no one else doing this job. And that's what you have to do sometimes. Maharashtra has got a rich history and it is needed. It is high time that kids know about it. That's what we are doing with our games.
And sir, why did you select Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's time period for this game?
That's brilliant question again. See, whatever life we live is actually someone else had fought for it. And Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's impact on us is tremendously high. No other person has had lived the life the way Shivaji Maharaj has lived. Every historic characters had done something or the other which you don't know why someone has done something that time. But with Shivaji Maharaj, you can find logical sense. In fact, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was the first man who actually thought of having a common administration over natives who actually cares about those natives.
What do you mean by that?
I will tell you. When he was born, it's very difficult or it's very interesting thing. You will understand it when I say it. When Shivaji Maharaj was born, there was not even one king.
What?
There
What?
was. Let me complete.
Not even one king.
Let me complete. There was not even one king who hailed from this native place. So there was no Indian king. There were people from Mongolia who were coming and ruling on us. There were people from Iran. There were some colonies of Britishers and French and Portuguese, but no Indian, no native king who had common people's interest at his heart was ruling our country. Everybody was interested in snatching what was ours. And at that era, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was the one who actually envisioned establishing our own rule. the rule, the administration that could care for the natives of this land. We are celebrating Maharashtra Day today, but in Maharashtra, if you go 4 centuries back, nothing great had happened. In fact, the area where we are sitting right now, which is what? Educational hub, had no such identity 400 years back. Do you know Ramayana and Mahabharat had happened on north and south?
Yeah.
Nalanda, Takshashila, the universities, the global universities at that time used to be there in Bihar. Those were universities in India where kids from all over the world used to come and learn. Those got demolished later, but those used to be in north. In Maharashtra, particularly western Maharashtra, the area which contributes maximum to the growth of our country today.
Mumbai.
Yes, the financial capital, right? It had no such identity 400 years back.
Really?
It
Yes.
was in
Nothing at
7
all.
islands, right?
Yeah, it was 7 islands which were joined together by Britishers. But this land where we are living and we are celebrating Maharashtra Day, where Maharashtra actually contributes maximum to the GDP of our country, did not have any significant earth-breaking or groundbreaking experience 400 years back. It was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj who envisioned all, and on his vision, within 100 years after his death, we had captured land from Afghanistan to down south to Chennai.
Wait, so one person changed the history of
Yeah.
the entire state.
And that's exactly why we have decided to focus on Shivaji Maharaj. And one more interesting thing? 90% of adults and people living in Maharashtra do not have idea of 90% of history of Shivaji Maharaj. Isn't
What?
that sad?
90% of adults.
Yes.
Adults.
90.
Because we are never taught about him in schools. We were taught about him in one book. And what's the saddest part? His history is even shortened now. As they are willing to teach you more, they have taken out some of the parts of his history.
Yeah, like if they want to teach us about World War II,
Yes.
then they cut from history of Maharashtra.
Yes.
So they cut. Why cut this though, and not something that happened in the north of India?
That's right question, but we cannot answer that. For that, there will be responsible people. With new education policy, maybe it will happen. But what if I tell you, while playing a game without mugging anything, you get to know about this history? That's exactly what we are trying to do. We are trying to give faces to the warriors who had fought, their unsung heroes who had fought for this soil. We are giving faces to them.
Were there any surprising or unexpected things you learnt in your research?
Oh, there were many. As I told you, we have given faces to 120 warriors. You know what word we have given them? They were Swarajya warriors, right? So
What?
Swarajya is own rule. The Swarajya. Swa is own, Rajya is rule. Our own rule is what the concept Shiva Chhatrapati wanted to establish. That's what he did. He established Swarajya. And these were warriors who were fighting for Swarajya. So we call them Swarajya warriors. We are calling them Swarriors. Isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have coined a word called Swarriors. These are original Indian superheroes. And now I'm going to tell you about a story which not even your parents, your history teacher, nobody knows about him. And he used to live not more than 30 kilometers from here.
From here.
So I'm going to tell you a story. You asked me a question, what surprised you the most? I'm going to talk about this man, and it has to be some sort of world record what he did. It happened so that this guy was moving from one place to another, and enemy got to see him. Okay, he was moving with all the light torches, and he got seen by this enemy. The enemy's name was Diler Khan. He was Mughal commander, and this man had few people with him. Seeing that Diler Khan is chasing him, there is this place called Kanhergarh near Nashik. This man climbed up. The fort was ours, Swarajya's, Shivaji Maharaj's fort. While reaching on the top, he found that there were not too many people to actually protect Diler Khan. You know how many people Diler Khan had? He had 20,000 Mughals. And
Just to find one person.
no, he was searching for snatching whatever was ours. And this man, Diler Khan, came and besieged this fort called Kanhergarh. And Kanhergarh had only 1,000 men, including this man, this superhero, this warrior. His house is 25-30
Only
kilometers.
1,000.
Only 1,000. He appealed to these men that, okay, we do not have WhatsApp at that time, right? They could not send WhatsApp message to Shivaji Maharaj. Maharaj, what should we do? Should we fight or should we give away the fort? No communication.
Megaphones.
There were no such things at that time. I'm talking about 300 years back. We had no communication system. They used to write letters and people used to carry. So he had no choice. He decided to fight. He said, whoever is ready, please stand with me. He had 700 people accompanying him.
Only 700.
Only 700.
Including him or like apart from him?
Including him. So how many people were surrounding? 20,000. And this man had 700 with him, or including him, there were 700. 700 opened the gates of the fort and lunged onto the enemy army.
How many people did the enemy have?
20,000, that's what I told you.
Including that guy or
Dilir Khan, including. That changes the number by 1,
Yeah.
which doesn't make significant impact. So 700 fought against 20,000.
what?
And looking at the way this man was fighting, within few hours, these 20,000 started fleeing. 700 defeated 20,000. Do you know what was his name?
No, what was it?
His name was Ramji Pangera. And nobody, no history textbooks has his name mentioned. This man with 700 soldiers with him, Mawalas with him, had hushed away 20,000 Mughals. Dilir Khan could not control his people who were so feared with the way, the might with which Ramji was fighting. And his house is not more than 25 kilometers from where we are sitting. Shiva Chhatrapati, so caring king he was, he went to his house knowing that Ramji Pangera could not survive this battle. All 700 men died protecting Kanhedgarh. They did not let go the fort, but while fighting, they were so wounded that they passed away. Shiva Chhatrapati went to his house and consoled his mother. Do you know what he said? He said, "Mother, I am your Ramji henceforth." That's how awesome and beautiful story which happened just nearby you, and yet it is part of no history textbooks. Our game, you get Ramji's card with you. And if you have Ramji's card, wherever Ramji had contributed, you get paid extra. That's how we crafted these games, which will help you learn about these unsung superheroes, the Swarriors of Swaraj.
And sir, how did you go about researching and selecting historical elements to gamify history effectively?
That's again is a beautiful question. What I will tell you about it is, you will be surprised that people in this city itself have spent most of their lives researching and writing books.
Really?
Yes, there is this legendary historian called Gajanan Mehendale. There was this Shiv Shahir Baba Sahib Purandare. These are the names which you may not be aware of, but these were real historians. What they did is they found everything that was written.
Everything.
Yeah, whatever is available, they read all that.
Must have been a lot.
Yeah, and even you will be surprised, the language was not Devanagari itself. It was Modi. It was entirely different language.
What's Bodhi?
Modi is a type of language which used in that era. It was not conventional Hindi or Marathi, which is written in Devanagari script today. So the language itself was different. People have spent their lives to learn that language. They learned Persian language. They read all that was documented and they created big volumes. Saddest part is, those volumes are not very reader friendly, I would say. Kids of these days, forget about kids, even adults have not read those big volumes. You know who read them? The historians only read them. And they create new books out of it. So content and research, you need to read those volumes. That is already available. I did not need to understand Modi. I did not need to check the historical text because people have already done research and study. All I had to do is read it and convert it into an engaging way so that you guys will like it.
Sir, did you go to any forts to research or did you go to any kilas or something?
Forts, yes, forts were the protector of Swarajya, and unless and until you go to the forts, you don't actually understand, you don't get that feel. Srinagar is a beautiful fort which one must go, but why people visit that place? You get very good curd there. That's sad, no? People should relate the fort with history, but nobody taught about it. That's where the problem is. What we have done is we have gamified the fort learning also. We have trump cards which will teach history of forts of Shivaji Maharaj while playing. After this, we will have one round.
Oh, wow. So, what's the message you want to pass on to the audience the most?
Yes, the message I would like to pass on is start asking questions. You should always ask that why history has been taught. If you feel that history is boring, that's not the problem of that subject. It's the methods we are putting in front. If we adults could come up with better ways of telling our stories, it would be very interesting. You need to find out, you need to learn about our own history, because that's the only medium. See, we are sitting in your school. You have this sense of ownership of the school. Whose school is this? It's my school, right?
Yes.
Like that, it is like this because you have been here for a long time. You have been studying here. So you come here every day and you start liking teachers, you like your friends, you like this place, and you call it your school, right?
Yes, sir.
Same goes with your house. It's my house, right? It's even more private. What
like
about
Phoenix House or like where I live?
Phoenix House is school part, right?
Yes.
I imagine. Where you live is your house, right? Those
Yes, sir.
walls are yours. The bed is yours. It's your house, right?
Yes, sir.
Like that, there is this one thing called my country. Sense of believing that this is our own country comes from history. If you learn more about our own history, you will mean more that this is your country. Then if you want to throw some dust on the ground or garbage on the out of your car window or house window, you will not do that, because you will relate that this is my country. And that can happen not by learning maths, not by learning geography, but it happens when you learn more about our own history. So these are some of the intangible things. You can't measure them. You can tell me your weight, you can tell me your height. These are measurable things. But self-pride, the national pride, the patriotism, the love towards our country, all these cannot be measured. Can you say how many kilogram of love you have towards your mom?
No.
You can't measure
It's
love.
impossible.
Right. But these intangible things are very difficult to inculcate. That happens if you learn history. So my message to you all youngsters is learn about history. Don't learn about the stories, check MAWALA's board games and card games. You will know much more stuff about our history, which in turn will make you better citizens of our country. The big one has won us a national award.
What?
National.
Yes.
National by
That's very cool. Yeah.
I'll tell you the story. That's a beautiful story behind that also. See, do you know snakes and ladder?
Yes.
Do you know
sir.
chess?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
These are
I
all
play chess.
invented in India.
Yeah.
Chess
But-
is invented in
Yeah, everything.
Yeah, chess was invented originally in India, but it moved to
Yes.
Europe.
In fact, the snakes and ladder was invented in Maharashtra.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there was this guy even before Shivaji Maharaj who invented first snakes and ladder. Problem what happened was later these Indian origin concepts of toys faded away. So there was no Indian origin. Indian concept, depending on Indian concept, there was no toy. So our Prime Minister decided, no, we need to have our own toys. Why we are dependent on some Western toys or Chinese made toys? So he held a competition for Indian toy ideas. It was called as Toy-Cathon.
Oh, did you win Toy-Cathon?
We won Toy-Cathon, and did you know how many participants were there from
How
all over
many?
India?
80,000.
19,500.
What?
Schools participated.
Schools
People, people's participated. Some invented games on yoga. Some invented on Ayurveda. What we did a game. We designed a game that could teach history to you kids, and that's what won us a national award. So this is what won us a national award. So in our game, the game comes in three languages at once. You will find many games, but this is the first one which is actually trilingual. So in our game, the board gets opened and gets converted into a board. So door opens and it converts into a board.
Like how the fort gets open.
Yes, fort gets opened, and this is the path. You must have played Snakes and Ladders. The Snakes and Ladders, how many places it has? 100? So concept is you have a token, you throw the dice, whoever reaches 100 first wins, right? This also has got 100 places. The difference between these are,
It's also inspired by Indian games.
yes, this is the only game that teaches about history. Every place in this game is actually event from life of Shivaji Maharaj.
Every single place.
Every single place. So in 1640, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj has got married. Ramji is the historical character. As you play this game, you are also going into history. And this historical journey of yours, you get accompanied by Ramji. I'll tell you how it helps. At the back of it, whatever numbers on which Ramji had contributed are given. Okay? So while having this card with you and Arya, you land on event number 30. You will get, let's say, there is this event called 30 where we encountered Afzal. So if you land here, it will make you very rich. You will get paid from the currency of Swaraj. But whatever you earn, you have got card number given. You have got this Ramji's card and 30 number is given there. You show this card to her, hey, you have killed Afzal, but my Ramji was there. Give me 200 from whatever you have earned. And you will have to pay her 200 for every time you land on places of Ramji's contribution. Pink dot signifies that Ramji died fighting on a battlefield. So that every gem has got some meaning. But what happens is, if you land on the place, if she is there, she had not won the mission on her own. She had got support, and she was supported by warrior which is with you. So if you have that warrior, out of respect for Ramji, she is paying you. And like that, there are 40 warriors. So there will be time.
40?
Yes.
40.
Tanaji movie, you know?
Nope.
No.
This was the guy on which that movie was made. You see how many numbers of contributions are there. So if you have
some
this
kind of
warrior,
line.
Card numbers.
Why is he being chased by a big mushroom?
it is looking like a mushroom to you. If you
Yeah,
hold this
the-
and watch it
The
carefully.
blue
it will-
person.
Yeah. It
Oh yeah,
is.
why is he stabbing someone during the
He
photo?
had to, because the fort we talked about, the Sinhagad fort, it is seen from that fort. With merely 500 men, he climbed that fort from unclimbable cliff and had snatched victory for Swaraj. And do you want to see the dice we have of this?
Yeah. Oh, those are very cool dice.
That looks like
Yes.
a Kit Kat.
No,
They
it
do
is.
look
It
like
looks
Kit
like a
Kats,
Kit
kind
Kat,
of.
but it makes a noise. I'll show you the noise.
That sounds like a tabla.
So red dot dice gives you cards, and black dot dice gives you moves you ahead.
Wait, so what are the three? Why are there three types of coins? Is it gold, silver, and something
Yes,
else?
it is gold, silver, and bronze.
So it's different types
These
of.
are. This is what you become when you play this game. This is a token. Orange one is you. Yellow one maybe she. Anybody can play this game. 4 people can play at a time.
So, wait, 4. It looks like more than 4
7.
people.
It looks like 7.
Yeah, it looks like 7.
8. No.
Oh yeah, 8.
Oh yeah,
Your
8.
token gets upgraded. This guy is from infantry, the walking store. This one, the same token gets upgraded to cavalry.
Oh,
What is cavalry?
that's
Cavalry
cool.
is the Ashwadal, the men who used to ride on horse while fighting.
So it's basically like when you play Fortnite too much and then you get a bunch of level ups and then you get a lot of
I've
V-Bucks.
never played
Right,
Fortnite.
perfect.
I don't get the Fortnite thing. So thank you for sharing your time, stories, and valuable perspectives with us.
Thank you so much. It has been a wonderful talking to you. The people. I have attended many podcasts. I'll tell you what was so special about it.
Yes.
This is the only podcast where hosts are the people for whom we work. We work for kids,
Yes.
Yeah.
and for you to learn history. This is first time. Till date, I've been answering adult questions. This is the first time I'm answering questions for whom we work. So it was fun. It was more fun for me than it was for you.
And sir,
Yeah.
we are very sure our audience will walk away with new ideas, inspiration, and admiration for the impact you're making and the message you're trying to convey through MAWALA, the board game.
Yes, thank you so much. I also hope so. Thank you for calling me here, and you guys are awesome. Thank you.
This is Azeen
And Aria,
signing off. Thank you for watching the CNS Dialogue Den, where
your
your
voice
voice matters.
I'm so sorry, guys. I silenced it, but I don't know how.
You're not making a behind the scenes, right? Yes.
Yes. Why did you select Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj?
Do it again, Azim. You will ask the question while looking at the guest. Don't
Can
look
I
at
ask
me, okay?
another improvised
When
question?
Yes, no problem. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
History.
Ask again.
Okay, look at sir. Look
The
Wait. Start.
So, yes, this is not class. You can interrupt me. Tell me.
Ready? One more time. 3, 2, 1, go.
This is Azim.